What's up, Schmoedown fans? Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Schmoedown. I'm Star Wars champion Andrew Dimalanta.
And I'm Nicki Dimalanta.
Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta.
We'll see.
Soon, people, soon. But 3 matches to go over this week. No news because I didn't want... Well, no, I was on backstage.
I mean, the only thing that I remember seeing was that there was a lot of talk on various social medias about, like, next year, factions, yes, no,
yeah.
that kind of stuff. There's a lot to be said about that.
Yeah, I don't think we have time to go into that, but...
I don't feel like we do.
Short answer,
I mean, I'm like the worst person to ask because I usually...
TLDR it.
Well, no, I'm usually a person that tries to see things from all angles, and I feel like I can make an argument for both sides.
Mm-hmm. I think there's benefits to both.
There's pros and cons to both ways.
Yeah, because like factions, you have like people working together. I think if factions disappear, you don't see the study sessions as much anymore.
You don't see the study sessions. You don't. I mean, you're gonna get storylines, but it's gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, but
I can make an argument for both sides.
I mean, wins matter a lot, and in their case, wins matter. But I think wins matter more with the faction format. But
and
championship,
TKOs.
and TKOs and stuff. TKOs matter more with factions, especially with now this season. But without factions, I think championships mean more. Even though you can rack up so many points with defenses.
Because right now the main focus is winning the faction race.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know,
exactly.
It doesn't really matter if you have
like,
the title on your team as long as your faction wins the race.
Perfect example. The Mercs were in 3rd or 4th place right now. I've won and defended the title.
Right.
But we're in 3rd or 4th place right now. So like, still opportunities for points there. But still, it's like you can hold on to one title the entire year. But when the rest of the team isn't, performing as well as you think you would hope for, you're not going to win the race.
Yeah.
So there's pros and cons. I like the factions.
I like factions
just because we get to have our own little study sessions. You get to meet people more. Because if it was just no factions, it would just be me off by myself.
Yeah. If I had to
studying,
somebody was like, "Hey, you have to make a decision,"
I'd keep them.
I would probably say keep them.
I would make it because there's all those polls, and I think I would cut the roster down to 8 people. I like the 8 faction, 8 people.
I do too. I don't think there should be more than 8 factions. Yeah. I definitely don't think.
I think if it was up to me, I would just eliminate, because there's 12 people on a faction right now. There's just so many.
Yeah, and there's gonna be people that don't see matches.
Yeah, exactly. So I think if you cut the factions down to 8 people, then I think it was like it's basically 2-2-2.
Yeah, I mean you're gonna have your singles and your teams, maybe 2 IG, maybe 2 Star Wars,
or because like because it said like you get 2, or it was like 4 singles players, 2 IG, 2 Star Wars, or was it 2 singles, 2 IG, 2 Star Wars, and then you have a flex? There was one of those formats that there was a poll up there, and somebody said like this many singles.
Well, no, because at one point it was like, oh, should there be X amount of teams with 5 people on it, which means out of 5 people you'd have 2 singles and teams, 1 IG, 1 Star Wars, and then a flex.
Yeah, I like that, but it's like 5 people.
5 is so small.
Yeah, that's so small. I think 7 to 8 would be a good number.
I think 8 factions, 8 players.
I think that's like the magic.
Because I know the focus. I think somebody was like, "Let's make it more," and I think Christian was like, "No, the object is to downsize not increase."
And that's the thing. You downsize. It's like, what happened to all these people that like made a name for themselves? Put them in the FCL. You just clean house in there.
Yeah.
So there's benefits to both. I think. If short answer, keep the factions. Just make them smaller.
Yeah. I agree. I think there should be less players to a faction. I think 8's a good number for factions. I don't think we should go above 8.
No.
Because then it's just too much to keep track of.
Yeah. Then you're not going to have people playing, and it's just a lot.
And also what we talked about with if you got rid of factions, it's like, well, what are you going to do now with these amazing personalities like Shannon?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you going to do with Coy? What are you going to do with Kaiser? They don't compete. What are you going to do? You're just going to lose those people that are these huge, important members of the community now?
Or you just leave them and you attach them to like certain teams and players, and they're their manager.
Yeah, like how pre-factions there was still like an alliance, if you will, like the Lion's Den.
Yeah. You get those back.
You can find places for managers in that way, but it's like, well, listen, if you want to have rogue teams, why not just have factions?
Yeah.
If you like the Lion's Den, well, you can still have teams. Well, why not just keep the teams?
Yeah.
So
I think there's benefit to both, but I say still keep them, just make them smaller.
Yeah, if I had to make a decision, I would say keep them.
Yeah.
That would be my vote.
Yeah. So yeah, that was like the big discussion, because there's always seems to be every week like a big discussion about something, and that was one I was like really interested in seeing what people had to say, and something that I had a lot to say.
It was pretty divided.
Yeah.
I feel like I saw a lot of arguments for both sides.
Because there are people who are like, once the factions got introduced, I fell off and I stopped watching. It's like, I didn't get that, because
it doesn't resonate with me. But you know what? Everybody's got their own preferences.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So let's go ahead and get into the first match. Try to segue into it, and it's like,
There is no great segue. We have a Star Wars match.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh.
We've got Thomas, the Major, Harper of the Den, versus Eric the Knight Whiteley of the Marks. Mm-hmm. All right. Why not?
There's a comment that I want to like brush up on with Thomas. There's just, fans being fans, and like something I just want to brush on that, like.
You want to get to that afterwards?
Afterwards. I'll do it after the match.
I know where you're going, and I'm sure people out there do too.
Yeah.
Round 1. Eric. Oh, man. Right. God, it feels like ages ago since we watched this match. Lord. Yeah. Okay. Eric missed a question about, the planet at the beginning of the Clone Wars that Obi-Wan and Anakin had like been fighting on or captured or whatever. And, he went with Ancion. Unfortunately, he had a little mix-up between Attack and Clone Wars.
Yeah.
The answer was Christophsis. And I do believe it. I don't know if he was in the post-match. I don't want to say anything that I shouldn't say.
Yeah, well, no, we talked about it afterwards, and, he has some stumbles like this every once in a while, and he's like, oh, man, I was talking to him. I was like, yeah, I put Christophsis down.
Yeah, my gut was Christophsis.
Well, he knew it, and then his gut, for some reason, went like, well, wait a second. And then he second-guessed himself, like every competitor does every once in a while. And he's just like, it sucks. It's like he originally had Christophsis. He erased it and wrote Ancion. And he's like, oh.
I feel like most of the time it's like, go with your gut. But it's not 100% guarantee.
Yeah, so I think he was just caught in the moment, and it's like, shoot. So, every competitor has moments like that, and it's a learning opportunity.
He also missed a question about the rise of Skywalker. How many hours until attacks on all three worlds begin? Closer to the when they first said that Palpatine was back or whatever, and it was 16 hours. He said 18. Another mix up between movies.
Yeah.
Thomas got a perfect round, much to not anybody's surprise.
Yeah.
And he also got the bonus, 8-11 in favor of Thomas. Round 2, Thomas spins away from The Last Jedi because I believe he said he wanted to strategically spin away so that he could leave it on the board for Eric. Interesting. He got Rogue One. Got a perfect round too.
Yeah, and that's interesting again, it might be strategy-wise. If it was me in that case, just take it. Because you never know what's going to happen. You might end up with mixed bag or something.
Well, you never know what's going to happen. And also, if you start spinning away from things because you're hoping... If you're wheel hunting,
slice hunting
vicariously through them, you have a one in how many chance of getting that.
And that's a sticky situation especially when you're slice hunting, or you're just like sometimes your strategy can get away from you.
Yeah,
and that's happened to a couple managers and a couple players in the past.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't happen here because he obviously got a perfect round too, so it didn't matter. But it's just it's an interesting move, especially since he actually said that's why I'm going to spin away because I want to leave it on the board for him.
Yeah,
it's like I get it. Why not? Especially if you're comfortable with everything on the wheel. Why not?
And that's my point. It's like if you land on a category, you're 100% comfortable with it. Take it. Don't let the game. Don't outplay yourself because that can happen sometimes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, potentially it didn't happen here.
Yeah.
But potentially, I just thought it was interesting. Yeah. People have their own ways of playing the game. It's whatever.
And he's demonstrated that he knows the game now.
Oh, very much.
He's very, very well.
Perfect round 2. Eric goes. He spins Return of the Jedi, in case you weren't sure.
Not of the King.
Not of the King. Hard pass. Anyways, Eric spins Return, and he gets a perfect round 2.
That's right, man.
My goodness.
Recovering from those 2 stumbles, man. That's what I'm saying. He's improving.
Heck yeah. So by the end of round 2, it's 18-21 in favor of Thomas still. Round 3, 2-pointer for Eric. He gets Solo. In Solo, Kira is worried that if they leave Corellia, they can be sold to the Hutt Cartel or to what other group? Crimson Dawn, foreshadowing. Spoiler alert. Got it. 3-pointer for Eric. Revenge. In Revenge of the Sith, when discussing the Jedi and their power, Chancellor Palpatine says that what is a point of view?
Another mix-up.
I feel like this is one of the... Yeah.
I think it's another mix-up.
Because he said dogma.
Dogmatic.
Well, he said dogma.
Yeah, Eric
which
said
I think he was confusing with another.
Yeah, dogmatic. Yeah.
Another quote. It sucks because the answer was good, and it just seems so
obvious.
I hate to use the word obvious because then it's kind of like shaming it for getting it wrong. But it's one of those questions that I feel like the answer feels so obvious that you're like, no, that's not it. There's no way that's it.
Yeah.
That's too easy, you know? And I wonder if that was what happened in his brain. Like, good. There's no way it's right. There's no way good is the answer.
Again, outsmarting yourself, out second guessing yourself. It's like, it's so obvious, but why am I going here?
Yeah.
So it's, again, learning opportunities. It's just confusing sometimes when you get those, because like it's easy to sit from the couch like, oh yeah, duh, it's good.
Yeah, right.
But then when you're in the heat of the moment, it's like you're
like, wait a minute,
your head just starts to go a million miles
because you're so worried about missing, and you don't want to.
Especially in the Star Wars division.
Yeah. So I don't know exactly what happened. I'm not in Eric's head. In any case, it was good and he did miss. So we stay with Eric for his 5-pointer. And now we're in TKO territory, which is scary. 5-pointer for Eric, A New Hope. In A New Hope, Princess Leia is being held in detention block AA-23 on which level? Level 5.
Level 5.
He got it with relative ease.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you can stumble on these, like, easier, quote unquote, you can hear my air quotes, easier questions, but then he's good with the fives. Fives have been knocking him out of the park in practice and in matches. So
yeah, well, yeah. And then with that, the TKO is avoided, luckily for the Mercs.
Yeah.
2-pointer for Thomas. Creatures and alien races. Which arm does Luke cut off the Wampa in The Empire Strikes Back? And what?
And this is another case where it's like, yeah, it's the right arm. Then you second guess, because I did that when I was playing along. I was like, it's the right arm. No, wait. And I had to look at the scene in my head. I'm like, no, it is his right arm.
It's interesting to see a 50-50 question in the Schmoedown, in the Star Wars division.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, with these 50-50 questions, it's like, no way they're doing
my gut reaction is like, I don't like 50-50 because, you could have no idea and still have a 50% chance of getting it right. But then again, 50-50, it's so easy to be like, wait, no.
Yeah.
So it's whatever. It's a 2-pointer. Whatever. It was the right arm. He got it. 3-pointer for Thomas. Who said it? In The Last Jedi, who is the first person to say the line, "May the Force be with you"? Great question.
Great. I love this question.
Great question. It's Finn, and he got it right. And with that, 25-26 in favor of Tomas.
Man, Thomas is killing it, man. He's a careful player. I said it many times, like he's very, very careful. Like his second round took twice as long just because he wanted to write everything down.
Yeah, because at one point I think Mark was like, "Yeah, bro, you don't need to write it down."
Yeah,
and he just continued to write it down.
And this is what I'm saying. He's so careful because I think he doesn't want to get caught in a Tidarium situation where like
Who does?
Yeah, where they think you said one thing and it's like, no, I said the other.
Yeah.
So I think it's just him being very, what's the word Alex used to describe him? Meticulous. He's a very meticulous player. And it shows in his gameplay because he takes every single second needed. He goes as far to write questions down to make sure he heard it right.
Yeah.
He goes as far to write answers down in the second and third to make sure they hear it right. And see it right. So he's continuing to prove that, like, yeah, Dragon Con's one thing, but he can very much so swing it within the show.
Yeah, and then he's still the real deal even across formats.
Yeah.
So, and anybody, I find it really interesting how people take issue with him writing things down. And it's like, listen, I don't think there's anything in the rule book that says you can't use your whiteboard. If it's a tool that's available and the rule book doesn't explicitly say you can't use it, why would you not use all the tools to your disposal? Yeah. And if you're going to talk trash about, hey, it takes so long to answer, everybody gets 15 seconds per question in regular 3-rounders. Everyone gets 15 seconds a question. Yeah. And if there's a competitor, i.e., I guess maybe Thomas Harper, that wants to use every 15 of those seconds,
let him.
What?
Yeah.
Why are you gonna get mad at somebody for literally following the rules and using them to the fullest of their extent? I just find it interesting. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
People want to, like, especially in the Star Wars and Inner Geekdom, they want to flex so hard that quick answer mean better answers.
Not necessarily. Sometimes it's impressive.
Yeah.
But you know what's also impressive? I don't know, getting it right, regardless of how long it takes you.
You flex with your score. You flex with if you win or not. You don't have to flex in the middle. Or like, look how quick I got that answer. It's like sometimes that's a detriment to your gameplay.
Because we've seen that in the Schmoedown. We've seen it in Dragon Con. Where somebody's like, oh, I'm going to flex so hard here. And they get it wrong. And it's like, oh, no.
Whoops, all berries.
So, whoops, all berries. You know, it is what it is. So, and addressing that comment that you were talking about earlier.
Let me talk about Eric first. Because
word? Okay.
Eric, because his first match against Hoey was, you know, not the best showing. And then he'll openly admit that.
Debut match?
He had to check down multiple choice a couple of times in the second round. And like we always say in the Mercs, you either win, it's either a win or a learning opportunity. And he's certainly learned from his last match against Hoey. And you see the improvement here. It's just he stumbled a bit in the first round. And knowing Eric, now that I've had several conversations about both matches and my matches, it's like I always say about him. He came in not fully understanding the game, but not having a great sense of trivia, because that's not where his brain was coming in. And he's a fan. He's a super fan of Star Wars, and as we all are. But it's just his brain wasn't wired for trivia, and especially in the sense of the Schmoedown. And now that he's gotten 2 matches under his belt, 2-0 or 0-2, we haven't heard that ever.
I've never heard anybody talk about an 0-2 record. This is the first time I've ever heard about an 0-2 record.
Yeah. So and don't overlook that, because records, and especially in the Star Wars division, don't mean a whole lot about knowledge base and accuracy rates. There's and all that.
Plenty of examples of how it's not reflective of your ability.
Exactly, and how an 0-2 record doesn't cripple you in this division as it would have. So
funny.
It's funny
how time.
But he's fully committed. He texted me the other night, or he DM'd me the other night. It's like, I'm going crazy over here. And he showed me a bunch of screenshots of what he's taking notes. Like, I'm trying to pull him out of the rabbit hole. It's like, you don't need to pay attention to stuff like that, man. But he's got that itch. He's got that addiction. The Schmoedown is so addicting sometimes.
Yeah, well, because if you think about it, okay, so I mean, I don't know, Eric. I've never spoken to the man apart from a hey on a Zoom call. Yeah. Although I'd like to change that. He seems like a really cool dude.
He's such a cool dude.
But I don't know if this rings true for him. But if you're describing him as somebody who was more of a fan coming in rather than like a trivia competitor, you know, it goes without saying. I don't know how many people think about this, but when you watch a movie as a tried and true fan versus watching a movie as a Schmoedown competitor, it's a much different experience.
It's a much different experience. Schmoedown has ruined us to no end.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so I'm sure that Eric's first match made him go, oh. Yeah. And I'm sure that now, even after one match under his belt, he watches these movies totally different. And it's going to be that way for the rest of his life. Sorry to tell you. Sorry to be the one. Sorry to be the bearer of bad news. But you're never going to watch Star Wars and or movies the same way.
Anything. You're not going to watch anything.
So, you know, he definitely, I think he has shown that he's learned from his mistakes.
He's in it. He's in it to win it now.
In it to win it. He's got the itch. And he's like, nope. I know I can do better than this.
Exactly.
So I'm excited to see, because he has such a wonderful personality.
Yeah.
And I want a tour of the office space. Like when I don't know why I didn't really notice it the first match, but this one I was like, boy, give me a tour. Yeah. And I thought that was his house, but you said that it was like a studio.
It's a studio. I think it's a studio for Blind Wave.
Blind Wave. Yeah. And I was like, it looks gorgeous and very spacious, and I want to see a tour, because at first I was like, damn, what does your house look like, bro? Still impressive, even if it's a studio, but it just looks like a beautiful room.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of stuff. But as far as Thomas goes, like the comment I wanted, like he posted on Twitter about people like how they don't like his personality. He's so dry. He's
somebody called him a I don't know the exact what. I mean, I could look it up, but I don't want to make you guys wait. But like, the gist of it, I'm sure a lot of people saw it, was somebody called him like basically an emotionless droid. And there was 2 comments that he tweeted about, but it's like, I have so many issues with those tweets. Yeah. Like, the first issue I have is like, it's so easy to say mean things, because when you look at people in the Schmoedown, it's a lot of people don't look at these people like they're actually people in real life. Yeah. And it's like they're characters in a TV show, because they are to an extent.
Yeah, we're characters.
You know, I get it. But that's the thing about today's day and age, you know, with social media and whatever, and everybody is so accessible to everybody that you have a stupid thought in your head and you're like, type, send. And now thousands of people can see that stupid thought that was in your head.
Yeah.
Like, you can say the most dumb, ignorant stuff, and with the push of a button, it touches thousands of people. And so
including the person you're talking about.
Exactly. And so I'm sure Thomas, he's a big boy, you know. I'm sure he's fine. I'm sure he didn't lose any sleep over it. But it doesn't, I'm sure it still sucks.
Yeah. It's,
you know, that's one of the reasons that I'm like dreading my first match, if I'm going to be totally honest, because I know there are going to be those like, what does this chick think she knows about Star Wars? And it's like, I don't know. I've watched them a lot. I'm going to try my best. But like, it's daunting to see the way that
the way people perceive you.
The way people perceive you. The flippant, just like, you know, in passing, like, negative things that people will just say because they don't care, because you're just a character in a show to them.
Yeah. And I wonder how many people are coming like, why is this dude saluting and like a major? Who's this guy? It's like,
oh, what kind of boring character is this?
He is
like, my dude served in the military. Overseas,
he's
Afghanistan.
He's a freaking lawyer for the military. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, he's a JAG officer, right? Or not an officer, but he's a JAG lawyer. However you refer.
Well, he served and he's a lawyer.
Yeah.
That's all you need to know. And even then, you wouldn't even need to know that just to give the man respect.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's just funny. I like, fans will never cease to surprise me, especially that type of fan. You know what I mean? It's not all fans.
You know, we're not trying to say that it's every single fan. Definitely
it's
not.
It's that type of fan, and everybody knows what kind of fan we're talking about.
And every type of fandom has those types of fans.
Yeah.
You know,
and
people say terrible things about football players, you know, professional sports players. You know,
I'm guilty of that.
People say terrible things about actors and actresses. You know, you're going to find that anywhere you go. But the Schmoedown is such a niche
crowd,
you know, small community, and it's like, if you say something online, it's a really good chance that actual person is going to see it with their human feelings. You know?
Yeah.
So if you're out here like, man, this guy, what a boring piece of you know?
Yeah.
It's like, hey man, that person's probably gonna see it.
Yeah. And I'm watching Thomas on other shows, and I'll listen to him in stereo when stereo was a thing. I don't think it isn't anymore.
I don't know if it is. I haven't reinstalled it since I reformatted my phone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It came and went, but like, he seems like a fun dude, and interacting with him on Twitter, he seems like a fun guy.
He seems really funny.
He's got like dad humor, man. It's like, I'm all about dad humor.
Like, whenever I see a tweet from him, I'm like, oh, this one's gonna be good. Like, I don't know. I'm down for his. He seems like a cool guy. Yeah. So when I saw that tweet from him, I'm like, God, always. Nobody can escape. There's a handful of people that I feel like have been lucky enough to escape negative stuff. But even those people, here and there, have probably heard some things. Yeah. You know, I feel like there are a lot of people that had like a lot of people behind them from their first match. Yeah. But I'm sure even those people have gotten negative things here and there. So nobody's immune.
Nobody's immune to it.
But
no fandom is immune to it. So
it sucks. And, you know, you just wish people would think before they say things.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't know. If you wouldn't say it to their face, maybe you shouldn't say it at all.
Golden rule. I mean,
treat people how you want to be treated.
Yeah.
I plan to teach that to my daughter when she's in, like, I don't know, kindergarten. Yeah. Whenever she can fully understand the concept.
Well, I mean, you learn the golden rule in kindergarten, don't you?
Exactly. And those are 5-year-olds, you know? I don't know. All I'm trying to say is let's all try to be better. Nobody's perfect, but let's all try to be nicer. Just try to be nicer. Like, we've all said things that we probably didn't mean to say, but, you know.
I mean, yeah.
You know.
Try not to get in that position where you regret saying what you said.
Yeah, because guess what? Screenshots exist nowadays. And the kids call them receipts now. So you don't want anybody to cash in your receipts on you.
Anyways,
I didn't mean to take that down a weird path. All I'm trying to say is be better.
Yeah.
That's really all I'm trying to say.
Next match.
Like, I almost got real petty a show or two ago, but I'm like, I'm not going to do it because
karma's a thing.
I wouldn't want somebody to do it to me. So I'm not going to do it. Our next match, we've got a teams match. Teams tournament. We've got Lightning Time of the Usual Suspects versus Rushmore of the Finstock Exchange. All right, let's do it. Round 1. Liz missed a question about Wind River and Inner Space. Never heard of either of them. And then Liz and Roka missed a question about Flipper.
Yeah, of all movies.
I feel like that was one where they both went, ugh, after they heard the answer. I forget what the question was. Elijah Wood. Something.
Elijah Wood. And was Hogan in there? Or is it somebody else that I'm thinking? I don't know. Ignore me.
Dolphins.
They'll correct me in the comments.
And then Ethan and JTE both got perfect rounds. Oof. And then they both got the bonus. So by the end of round 1, it was 14-16 in favor of Rushmore. Mm-hmm. Round 2, Rushmore goes first because they're like, hey, let's keep the pedal to the metal and we'll just put the pressure on them because that's what we do. They spin 2000s. They go to multiple choice.
Gucci with his terrible internet. There was this comment in the Facebook group that somebody's like, oh, Coy, I have the worst internet in the Schmoedown. Somebody give me a word for something like that. And then Gucci's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, it was a rough one.
Yeah. God, what are you doing, man?
When you have your manager talk and both of your players are like, we're fine. We don't need them. Yeah. That's pretty bad. Anyways, they spin 2000s. They go to multiple choice one time, but they got it right. Mm-hmm. Lightning time goes. This is when things start to get a little iffy.
A little iffy, yeah.
You know, they get opponent's choice. Not a great start to round 2.
Yeah.
They are given classics.
Oof. They
go to multiple choice twice and missed both. Both also got stolen. Oh, no. 22-29 in favor of Rushmore. Round 3. 2-pointer for lightning time. Liz takes it. New releases. Let me turn a fan on because it's getting
that's right. Sorry.
Hot.
I thought I had everything set up and I was like, I'm ready to go. Let's hit record.
I'm not there yet, but I feel like I'm getting misty. And anyways.
Yeah.
2-pointer. New releases. Liz. What former wrestler plays the lead role in the film My Spy? Yeah. Oh, okay. I didn't know if that was an autocorrect. Dave Bautista. Got it.
He's a much better actor than people give him credit for.
He's what's his face from Guardians? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not just talking about that. Like I saw him in Blade Runner, and he's really good in that.
I've only ever seen him in the first Guardians because I haven't seen the second one.
He's obnoxious in the second one.
Is he?
Yeah.
You know, I feel like that always happens. Whenever you have like a movie and some character like lands really well with fans, the sequel, they dial them up like 10 times and make them obnoxious. Yeah. Because they're like, ooh, let's just cash in on that.
It wasn't only that. It's like they lost the whole point of his humor. His humor is he's
like really obtuse and...
No, he's very literal. Like his species doesn't hold the concept or doesn't get the concept of sarcasm.
Right.
So he takes everything very literal.
Right.
And it's like,
things wouldn't fly over my head. Go over my head, I would catch them. Something like that.
Stuff like that. And they lost that in the second one. They almost completely forgot it. And like it was just so
I feel like that happens so often that they dial it up so many times in the second one that it's like, okay, now I hate this character because you ruined
because he was getting on my nerves in the second one. Mostly everybody was giving a joke in that movie and it's like, oh, come on, man.
That would be a fun conversation, maybe actually enraging to talk about like tropes in film that annoy you. Actually, no, we shouldn't do that.
I already know yours. The no look back fist.
I hate that. Oh my God. In any movie. And it happens more often in kid films because kid films, they know their audience is kind of...
You don't like the Rafiki one when he back fists the hyena? You don't like that one? I love that one.
Because doesn't he also do like a Bruce Lee yell?
I love that.
That makes it worse for me. I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, come on.
Any movie, even a kid's movie, when there's a fight and somebody comes up behind a character and they go, bah! And they, or I don't know, a kick, a back fist, anything.
And when it's done right, I agree. If it's done in a certain way, I hate it. But like, if it's done right.
The only version of that I will accept, but it still kind of ruffles my feathers a little, but I'll accept it, is the Han Solo one in The Force Awakens when they're on Taco Bell.
What about Ben Solo when he comes back to, when he goes to Exegol?
Different, because it's not jokey. He just shoots behind him. Mm-hmm. When it's joking, it's like, bah! And they do like a Bruce Lee yell. I'm like, fuck everything about this. I hate it so much. At least Ben Solo was still serious. It wasn't like a joke moment. Like, I'm so crazy. Bang. Like, at least he was serious the whole time.
Yeah.
I hate that. Oh my God. I could go on forever. Oh, I hate it so much. All right, whatever. Let's move on. That lasted a little bit too long. Okay.
It took 30 minutes to go off on our first tangent. That never happens in the show. It was like 5 minutes in, we're on our first tangent.
Hey, man. Focus today. Yeah. 3-pointer for lightning time. Ethan takes it, obviously.
Yeah.
Fantasy sci-fi. Saoirse Ronan, Jake Abel, and Max Irons star in this 2013 young adult adaptation science fiction thriller. The Host. Got it. 5-pointer for lightning time. And this is kind of like a, gotta answer everything.
Yeah.
We're in TKO territory.
Yeah.
5-pointer, director's lightning time. How many Kevin Smith films has Ben Affleck appeared in? This hurt.
How many repeats do they have at this point?
They had like 1 or 2 repeats left. Yeah. It hurt because they're kind of rushing to say, oh, this one. Mm-hmm. And then no repeat was used. And they're just kind of like, 6. And there was like 1 or 2 repeats left. And I'm sure that at least Liz is kicking herself because I know Ethan's very like,
very casual.
Whatever. Mm-hmm. But I know the look on Liz's face after this match ended. You know she was kicking herself.
Yeah.
I wish they would have used one more JTE. I don't know. Remember if they had 1 or 2.
Spoiler alert, they missed it.
Oh yeah, they missed it. The answer was 7. So the match ended 27-29 in favor of Rushmore with yet another TKO for the Finstock exchange. But yeah, no, you could see it written all over Liz's face. Yeah. My heart broke just seeing her face after this match because you know she was visibly disappointed. Even if I wasn't on the same team as her, I'd be like, "Oh, girl."
Yeah, she's blaming herself for this loss because
because she missed a couple in round 1. You know.
Yeah, I mean, it's not only you can't just point to Liz's performance in the first round. It didn't help, but the second round was like was another big factor because you missed 2. They were both stolen.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you just had another rough day. It just sucks when because like all the great players will blame themselves. Like, God,
always.
If I would have just done this,
yeah,
it would be different. But like, I don't remember them repeating it, and they're just like, yeah, it's this.
No, I don't think they repeated it at all.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, my biggest criticism about Ethan Irwin is he's just too relaxed. He sometimes, and that's why I thought Liz would definitely rein him in. It's like, no, let's be careful here. Like, let's repeat it. I'm surprised she didn't step up and say, hey, repeat the question. Because
I'm surprised too.
They just rushed to 6, and it's like,
yeah.
So,
I mean, granted, listen, it was TKO territory.
Yeah.
Even if they've gotten their 5, still a pretty decent chance they would have lost.
Yeah.
I mean, Rushmore would really have had to drop the ball. You know. The only good thing is that at least it wouldn't have been a TKO. Yeah. But I think regardless of the 5-pointer, even if they had used their repeat to get to 7, I think they still would have lost. But, it just sucks because I know Liz is kicking herself. And I know that Liz and Ethan are a powerhouse team.
Yeah.
And they probably, I don't know. It's not like you can tell Liz, Shannon Miller, and Ethan Irwin, just study more. Like, they're two of the they're 2 powerhouse players in this game. Yeah. It's just sometimes you just hit that kind of a day, and opponent's choice surely doesn't help. Yeah. That definitely didn't help. But it's a shame because they're definitely a great team. They've known each other for a long time. There's a lot of trust there. It was fun to see that kind of chemistry in the first match that they had. So it's a shame to see them knocked out.
I just really wish that someone just remind Ethan to take your time. You don't have to rush these answers, and don't always initially go with whatever your head says, and don't be satisfied with an answer. Make sure you check down if you have to. Make sure you double check with Liz if you have to, because checking with Liz in the last match won them the match.
Yes.
So I think it's just another couple of things with Ethan that you just like polish this up here and there. Like it's because it's not knowledge with Ethan. It's just gameplay. Right. It comes down to gameplay with Ethan. So I think that's the number one thing you have to focus on with him right now. It's just remember to take your time.
Yeah.
Don't rush it because you had a repeat in your pocket, and I think you would have gotten it if you repeated there.
Possibly.
So
I don't remember what they left out, but Clerks or something.
Yeah, they left out Clerks too.
There you go.
That was the one they missed.
But anyways, I mean, Rushmore, Roka and JTE.
Yeah.
Did we expect anything different?
Exactly. It's one, they're 2 powerhouse players, but 2, they're focused. They're very focused. That entire faction is focused right now, and like they're set out to one thing and one thing only. Yeah, and that's win. Yeah, and they're doing that in stride.
Exactly, and I mean, I don't think we said this. I hope not. We can go back and watch whatever we said after the draft happened. But if there was anybody out there, because I guess they said people were like, "You're crazy for drafting JTE. He's been away for so long. He's going to be ring rust." Blah 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 blah.
How can you doubt JTE? Right.
I don't think we said we didn't say that. Right?
I don't think we.
I don't think we.
No,
did.
We said be careful what you say because JTE is.
I hope because I don't think we said that.
No, we didn't. But
JTE, he's one of the, if not the, greatest team players of all time. Mm-hmm. You can't deny what that man did with the Patriots back in the day.
Because everybody's praising Jeff for like, oh man, look what he's done. Look what he's done. That run that he went on.
Yeah, well, that's because
there's another half to that team.
That's just because Jeff's been around more. JTE took a little hiatus, so of course the focus is going to be more on him.
Yeah,
but JTE, my man, God,
he can make splashes not only in teams but singles this season.
I can't wait to see JTE in a singles tournament. Mm-hmm. He's ring rust is not a thing with him. Somebody said, who did the interview for? Was it Jen Sturger did the interview for this one? I think so. But she said what JTE's record is in teams, and like, whoa, what? Mm-hmm. Oh, wow, okay. Like 87-2 or something like that.
Something like that. He's only lost like 4 matches or something like that in the teams division. It's like, whoa, what? Say that again. So,
even JTE had to say, can you say that one more time?
Yeah. So it's like Rushmore is,
they're a terrifying
team right now. Especially, it's like, okay, yeah, TKO over like Perry Nemiroff and
Josh Harwitz.
It's like,
it was kind of like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, but this one, another TKO over Liz Shannon Miller and Ethan Irwin. It's like, oh, okay. So like, look out for Rushmore because they're, yeah, you can't underestimate them. Individually, it's like don't underestimate Roca and GTE, but together, it's like
it's rough.
It's rough.
Yeah. No, yeah. And this takes them to the finals now, right?
Yes, it takes them to the finals of this tournament.
And I think we're going to be discussing the other team that makes it to the finals, correct?
Yes.
So
let's go ahead and get into this match.
With that being said, let's move right into Danger Zone of the Dungeon versus Corruption's Deception.
Oh, saved it.
I did it. Oh, I don't think I said people's names when I introduced the last. Whoops.
Oops. Everybody knows
you get it. You know who's in Rushmore. You know who's in Lightning Time.
Move it along.
And while we're here and we're talking about it, Danger Zone is Ben the Boss Bateman.
Why? Because it's your favorite player? Is that why you can tell him?
I love Ben. And then also Dangerous Dan Merle. Love Dan. They're Danger Zone. They're the dungeon. Mm-hmm. And then you've got Deception, who is, of course, Adam the Coyote Collins and Lady Justice Marisol McKee. And they are, of course, representing Corruption. And my stars. What a matchup.
Oh, man. Like, Deception is looking dangerous.
Well, and just think about this. We'll get to this later. Mm-hmm. But think about the fact that we just had Rushmore win their match. And now we've got John Roca and JTE of the Finstock Exchange in the finals. And now we've got the winner of this other match is going to be facing them in the finals. Mm-hmm. We've got Danger Zone. Well, okay. We've got Deception. We've got Adam Collins, Marisol McKee. That's great. They're amazing players, and they've made such huge names for themselves in a mere year.
Yeah.
Of their time in the Schmoedown. But you got Danger Zone. You've got Ben Bateman, Dan Merle, former members of the Finstock Exchange, bad blood between them and Roca, the defectors, if you will.
Mm-hmm. And if they're out to ruin the faction.
Exactly. So if they win this match, oh my God, the promos that we're going to get from John Roca going full Roca. I hope.
I love it. I love full Roca.
And JTE, yes, cool. Mm-hmm. But he wasn't around for the drama of the breakup, the implosion of the Finstock Exchange, if you will.
Yeah.
I know that he's going to cut a great promo, I'm sure. But to get John Roca versus Dan and Ben? Whoa.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about the match and how it went down. So it's kind of like everybody, I mean, not the competitors, but for the fans, everybody wins for this match.
Yeah.
If Danger Zone wins, you get the Finstock Exchange, war. And then if Deception wins, you get to witness Adam Collins doing his friggin' thing again. And, maybe taking a team's belt. And Marisol continuing to forge her path.
Yeah, and the run of Corruption v. Corruption in the number one contender match.
And you get to see Dagnino and Shannon yell at each other. Yes, please. So let's get into it. Round 1. Marisol, Adam, and Ben.
This is surprising.
AKA everybody but Dan missed a question about Bill Murray. But that's it. Dan got a perfect round and got the bonus. So 14-16 in favor of Danger Zone. Round 2, Deception goes first. They spin Jimmy Stewart.
Jimmy Stewart.
They went to multiple choice.
That was the first spin, right? And they're just like, let's go for it.
I think so. I don't have that they respawn.
What was that?
Respawn. I was thinking like the past tense form of respin. Respawn?
Spun, yeah.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Multiple choice one time, and they got it. Because they were just kind of like, I feel like it was one of those ones they're like, I think I know it, but let's be sure.
Yeah.
Because this is a high-stakes match. Danger Zone goes. They spin movie release dates.
Ooh.
And, they've crushed it the last match.
Yeah, it's like, why not go with it again? But
why wouldn't you? So, it didn't go the way I think anybody thought it was going to go.
No, yeah.
They went to multiple choice 3 times. And that just is a testament to how carefully they're all playing this game. I think maybe if this was a random, one-off match, they might have gone for it. Deception too, for that matter. But with this high stakes of a match, you're going to the finals if you win.
Yeah.
It shows that Ben and Dan would check down. So anyways, they went to multiple choice 3 times. Got 1, missed the other 2. And both of those were stolen.
Yeah, so it swings the points.
Now we switch. Danger Zone was leading after round 1. Now round 2, at the end of that, we've got 23-27 deception. So it's like, oh my God.
Oh, what happened? Like, oh no. What
happened? Round
I got to get that soundbite on
3.
I love that soundbite. Sorry for any Smitty fans out there.
Doubt it.
No.
He's funny though.
Yeah.
Round 3, 2-pointer for Danger Zone. Biopics. Ben takes it. Who stars as Ray Kroc in the film The Founder that portrays the story of the McDonald's fast food restaurant chain? I was unaware that there was a McDonald's movie.
Michael Keaton. Batman himself. I'm excited to see him back in that role.
Oh. Batman. And he was that one guy.
Hey, it's that one guy.
No, he was the bad guy. He was the bad dad.
Vulture.
There you go. His bird of some kind.
I'm sure you're not aware of this, but Michael Keaton coming back to play Batman.
I heard about that. I heard about it.
In the Flash movie. I'm so excited for that.
Give me some credit. I heard about it. I'm confused by it, but I heard about it. I don't get it.
You're probably not familiar with the Flashpoint storyline from DC.
Fair. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
That's a
fair
an
amazing,
thing to say.
it's an alternate universe, like multiverse type of storyline.
That's what I figured. Because I'm like,
so good.
Michael Keaton's coming back to play Batman. What year is it? Isn't he not in his 20s anymore? Kind of thing. That was my first thought. Like, why is Michael Keaton coming back to play Batman? Is Ben Affleck busy?
He's playing Batman in his universe. So they're joining all past Batman universes together.
Is Ben Affleck the most recent Batman?
Up until what's his face in the Batman?
Oh, Twilight.
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson.
Yeah. I'm excited to see him in the role.
Michael Keaton or Robert Pattinson?
Both.
Really?
I mean, I'm
okay.
I'm more excited for Keaton because I think after, God, I don't know who my favorite Batman is. I mean, I really like.
Me neither.
I really like Bale in the role.
I like Christian Bale in the role,
but I think he fell off on like the whole that trilogy, the ending to it with is it Dark Knight Rises? It was like,
I don't remember that at all.
Exactly.
But then again, you're talking to me.
Yeah.
The same could be said about a lot of movies.
I really enjoy Affleck in the Batman role. I really like him in that. But Keaton is like my first Batman. Keaton, yeah.
Okay.
I love Keaton as Batman, and so I'm really excited, especially Michael Keaton now. Michael Keaton of now in Batman. Woo! Woo! It's gonna be awesome.
Full of wisdom.
Yes. I want to see I would love to see Batman Beyond with Michael Keaton as old weathered Bruce Wayne and bring in somebody for whatever his name is in Batman.
Robin?
No. It's another kid that comes in that ends up being his son in that. Yeah. Like a test tube baby.
I am Bruce not Wayne. Well versed in DC. Wow.
Oh man, I'm more versed than I think I am in DC.
I'm not. I'm less than I think I am. My God. Didn't know you had a kid.
I have clear blind spots in DC storylines. There's just so much that I have to catch up on.
I don't know. The whole Justice League thing just hurts my brain. So.
Oh, like the Zack Snyder thing. You should watch it. It's good.
I know. I barely remember the other one. Joss Whedon? Is that who it is?
Josh Whedon picked up the reins to finish the movie. It was still credited as.
But Zack Snyder. First one was his, and the new one is Zack Snyder. Yeah, I don't remember anything. I remember that Superman wakes up, he comes back, and he's like, he was dead.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No. He real dead.
He was dead.
He was dead.
Not even air quotes.
No, he's dead.
Well, I don't remember how they brought him back. Maybe an Infinity Stone, right?
No. The mother box.
Oh, the mother box. Of course. So they bring him back, and he's pissed, and he doesn't remember anything. He's got like amnesia. And all the Justice League people are like, hey man, we're friends. And he's like, don't think so. I don't remember any of you. And they fight in the middle of a park, and Superman is just handily taking care of them all.
That's my favorite scene in the entire both iterations of the movie. That's my favorite part of the film.
He just handles everybody. Even Wonder Woman. It's like, bro, don't hit her. Like
the headbutting.
Wow. Yes. It's like, bro, chill. But yeah, no, he fights them and owns them, and then I don't know, somehow they remind him that they're friends.
Lois
Martha! Maybe that's how they bonded.
Lois.
Oh, it was Lois. Lois comes back and she's like, hey baby, it's me. It's okay. You're just scared and confused because you were sleeping.
I just remember watching that in theaters and like, they digitally removed his mustache?
I didn't realize how bad it looked until I watched some old footage.
Very first scene is like, oh.
Why couldn't they just shave it? Like, I know he was in another movie.
He was contractually under his contract, he couldn't shave it off.
That's so dumb.
Because Paramount wouldn't let him because he was in the middle of shooting Mission Impossible.
That's so dumb.
And they wouldn't let him shave it off because it's like, it's so much easier to put a fake mustache on
That's what
than
I'm
it is to digitally remove it because it looked. There are some scenes where it's like, that looks decent. It looks passable. Like there's the whole sequence when he has Batman by the jaw. I was like, how does that work? When he has the jaw and his body's hanging there, it's like, do you bleed? That one looks decent. But the very first shot of the movie in the Whedon cut, it's like, oh,
yeah, it looked pretty bad,
dude. What is this? What we're in for? Oh, like Smitty. I'm gonna throw up, bro.
Stupid.
Any Smitty fans out there?
Anyways, then they team up and they fight the bad guy in Justice League.
Steppenwolf.
Who is Steppenwolf? There you go.
Steppin' time.
Which is 3 words, by the way. Yeah. Step in time.
Yes.
Learned that recently.
Anyway, sorry. Let's get into...
Where are we?
Third round?
Third round. 3-pointer for Danger Zone. Thrillers. Dan takes it. Which actress plays Dr. Ellie Staple in 2019's Glass? Sarah Paulson. Got it.
Yeah.
2-pointer for Deception. Okay. Comedies. Marisol takes it because she said she was feeling funny. Who plays the monster?
I like Colin's trying to be a little witty here. It's like, are you feeling funny or am I funny looking? I'm like, oh, I got you, Collins. I heard that.
Such dad energy.
I love dad energy. It's my entire game, my friends.
I think the only people to ever describe anybody as funny looking is a dad. Or you just got mad dad energy.
Collins a dad?
I don't know if he is. I assume not. But maybe he is.
I heard somewhere that he is a dad.
Maybe.
I could be wrong. They'll correct me in the comments.
If he's not, I'm sure he will be one day because that was a mad dad joke.
I love it. It's my entire game.
Anyways.
That's your job as a dad, is to embarrass your kids, right?
Pretty much.
That's pretty much.
Our kid has not yet grasped the concept of embarrassment, but she'll get there.
I have a theory that, I don't purposely want to embarrass my daughter because, but I think you spend so much time being an idiot and a goofball as a dad, try to just keep them happy and keep them laughing, that you forget that you don't have to do it all the time when they get older. I think that's what the theory is.
Fair enough.
So
it just becomes a part of you.
I'm not going to be stupid in front of my daughter's friends just to be stupid and embarrassing.
But if it happens,
it happens.
That's just me. Don't shame me for being me.
Yeah.
2-pointer for Deception. Comedies, because Marisol felt funny, not funny looking to Adam.
She's not funny looking at all.
Oh no, Marisol's gorgeous. My word. Who plays the monster alongside Gene Wilder's Dr. Frederick Frankenstein in Young Frankenstein?
It's Frankenstein.
Peter Boyle. She got it. Just trying to delete as we go here. 5-pointer. Okay, so it goes back to Danger Zone.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, boy. Back to Danger Zone. Directors. 5-pointer. Oscar-winning director Barry Levinson directed Robin Williams in 3 films. Name 2 of them.
Oh.
They said, this made me nervous.
Great back and forth.
Because pretty quickly, they were like, Good Morning Vietnam.
Yeah.
And then I feel like it was Ben who was like, I don't know, I'm thinking toys. And I don't know, did they use some JTEs?
They used a couple JTEs to fully get there.
and it seemed like Toys was kind of like I think.
Yeah.
And they just kind of went with it. They went with Good Morning Vietnam and Toys, and they got it. Holy Jesus.
What a pull.
Holy Jesus. So it goes back to deception, and now Danger Zone's done all they can. 3-pointer for deception.
I said it before. It's the worst feeling as a competitor. It's like, they just need to miss. I just got to
sit here and stew.
They just need to miss.
Please.
Please, God. Just let them miss.
So Adam obviously is going to take this one.
Yeah.
Will Smith. After retiring from the Men in Black, where does Agent K work at in the beginning of Men in Black 2? A post office. And then he flexed even harder and was like, oh, it's the post office in this city, in this state.
Like Connecticut or something like that.
No idea. But I think he was right. And it's like, all right, well, good flex. He did it. He got it. 5-pointer for deception. Spy films.
Oof. Rears its head again.
What?
You got to correct it again?
A little bit. I'm just going to go with what film features performances from Oscar Isaac, Scott Glenn, Stacy Keach, and Joan Allen. So I forget where they originally went, but I feel like it was Marisol that steered the conversation to the Bourne franchise.
Yeah.
And there's about, I don't know,
repeats.
a zillion movies in that franchise. And it's all like the Bourne this, the Bourne that.
Only 4?
Well, potato.
Yeah.
But they were kind of like going between like, legacy, supremacy, herp, derp, burp, whatever it was. I think they answered supremacy. But the answer was the Bourne legacy. They were
a movie off. Yeah, I think they were. No, Ultimatum's the third one?
Who knows?
I can't remember. But they were so close.
In any case, 32-33, Danger Zone takes it.
What a freaking match, man. What a match.
This was a roller coaster.
This was amazing. These are the kind of matches I love watching. It's like, they're up. Now they're down.
Yes.
Now the other team's ahead. And it's like, it comes down to a 5-point miss.
I mean, round 3, they were going in with like, almost a 3 or 4 point lead or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Most people, I would think, would be like, it's over.
It's over. They went perfect their last match. Oh my God, it's done.
Like, listen, like we've said a zillion times.
Hold my beer.
If this season has taught us anything, even last season too, it's not over until it's actually really over.
Yeah, I almost said like it's not over until Christian says, and you're a winner.
Even then, sometimes.
Sometimes that's not the case.
So it's not over until it's like definitely over.
Yeah.
So what a win. Yeah, oh my God.
What a match, man. Like
heartbreaking for deception. Because you know that Adam Collins wants to continue his dominance. And you know that Marisol's like, no, I'm doing well in singles. I want to do well in teams. We're going to see them again.
Yeah.
This team's not going anywhere.
No.
So I'm not even worried about that.
Back. You don't trade away 2 picks to bring Marisol back to like, all right, you have one tournament and you're done.
Right.
Like, nope.
No. It's a heartbreaking loss.
Yeah,
but,
it's a tough loss.
When you have players of the caliber of the ones in this match, it's going to be a heartbreaking loss for somebody.
Yeah.
You got the defending and the like most recent challenging singles teams or singles
players.
Singles player champions. Like, this is a high caliber. 3 out of 4 players are either a former champion or a current champion.
Yeah.
Like, my God. So it's going to be a rough loss when you're competing at this type of level.
Especially when you're going in up by so many points.
Yeah.
It's like, ugh.
Sucks.
It sucks.
But for Danger Zone.
What a win.
What a win.
Coming in, obviously they were the team to beat.
Yeah.
When the signing day happens, like, oh my God, Ben and Dan together, watch out.
That's not even fair.
That's not even fair. Give them the belts already. It's like, well, their road's not easy, man. They just went against Zipper and John Harris, who gave them a really big fight.
Heck yeah.
And then they miss a couple in this round that almost cost them the match.
Yeah.
And they're going up against a team that went perfect. Both players went perfect their last match, and it's like you miss a couple and then you're pretty much done.
Yeah. 2 competitors that are younger to the game, but absolute powerhouses.
Exactly.
Who people probably were favoring. Well, no, I don't think that's fair to say because, I mean, you don't bet against Dan Morrell. Typically.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, every time Dan gets in, he even said so. I was like, I've been in this position like 4 times already. Let's just go.
Exactly.
And it's like, how do you bet against Dan Morrell anymore?
Like
in any situation.
It's easy to say that, but then you don't want to, because
you
don't want to jinx anybody. But
but like, Dan has seen it all and done it all.
Yeah.
You think this is going to phase him? It's like, no, we're just keep doing what we're doing.
It's like all Dan competes in at this point are number one contender in championship matches.
Yeah. Or like he's so close to title matches to start the year every single season.
Yeah.
And like he always finds his way to these big high caliber matches because he's Dan Murrell.
Yeah.
When you're a big name like him and you're a big name like Ben Bateman, you're gonna get big names like Marisol McKee and Adam Collins.
Exactly.
But God, this is such a win, and now we get to see the defectors versus the Finstock Exchange, who are just.
I can't wait.
Somebody has to stop the bleeding because the exchange and the dungeon are just like.
That's true. The dungeon and the
So who's gonna hit the wall first?
Right.
Is it gonna be the dungeon, or is it gonna be the exchange?
Yeah.
We'll see, because like I am so excited for this match.
I can't wait.
So excited, and the winner of that, we get to see either Ruka or Dan Murrell go up against Corruption again.
Yeah.
And after the way the last one went, it's like now we get to see who, like, quote unquote, who was really to blame for that loss against Corruption. Was it Dan or was it Ruka?
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good either way. Whoever comes out on top of this tournament, it's gonna be fireworks.
We all win.
Corruption. We all win as fans.
Yeah. Can't say that much about the competitors, but we all win as fans.
Or as members of factions.
Yeah. Well, I can't wait. The promos are going to be absolutely amazing. I'm hoping and assuming John will go full Ruka, because when he like reaches that final form in a promo, it's like, oh, it's so good. He's doing it.
Yeah, there it is.
And like we've been seeing a more intense Dan Murrell as of recently.
Yeah, a new edge to him.
Ben has just been like
Ben Bateman
growing in his heelness ever since he turned heel again, to the point where it's like, oh, careful. Yeah. No warnings in this match though, so that was good. No. But who knows about this next one? Tensions might be running high.
Yeah,
emotions might be running high.
Words will definitely be said.
Words are going to be exchanged, and
they're going to be Finstocks exchanged.
But you know. These people know each other very well.
Yeah, they're
former teammates. They might be trying to get into each other's heads.
Former faction mates. They'll know what to say.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody does get a warning, and I don't think it's necessarily going to be Ben. It could be Ruka.
Yeah.
I don't. It's going to be Ruka or Ben. If anybody gets one, it's going to be one of them. Yeah. But I'm very excited for this match.
Yeah. I don't know when it's supposed to be. Do we know when it's supposed to be?
We'll look on the website.
So, but on that note.
Yes. Yeah, because
let's go ahead and move on to
those are all of our matches for the week. Also, I took a note that John Kaiser called JTE mashed potatoes with a pulse. And that was hilarious.
Say what you will about John Kaiser. He's got gems.
He's hilarious. He's got gems. My God. There's everything he says is funny. And I just love the fact that his brand of humor is like grade school playground
bullying. I hate to say bullying, but
playground
like trash talk.
Grade school playground trash talk. Like, you're a big old doo-doo face, and I'm gonna stick your head in the sand. Dicky doos. It's hilarious, and I just love how people like Kevin Smets and Robert Parker like have adopted it, and they like tweet about Dicky doos and stuff like that. I'm like, this man's a genius. Can't get enough of Kaiser. He's the best. Okay, so
and Kaiser versus Dagnito.
Oh yeah,
that's always
two people who literally anything they say I laugh. Like they could not even be making a joke.
Almost carbon copies of each other in a way.
Kind of.
Humor wise.
Kind of.
And they have
similar humor.
Similar humor. They have a show together, so it's like.
No, they are two personalities that they could read me the telephone book and I'll laugh. Like I don't care. They're so amazing.
John Smith, what does he do? He's probably a plumber.
Right? Yeah.
Not that plumbers were terrible, but like, you know what I mean? Like I couldn't think of anything
that kind of jokes.
To say. Yeah.
Like if anybody else said it, it's like, nice one, dude.
Yeah.
But they say it, it's like, wow, he's so funny. So I was going to say next week. I caught myself. This week. What do we got? Okay. Wednesday, May 19th, we have got a Star Wars match.
Another Star Wars tournament match.
Yes.
Ooh.
We have got gold leader of the Finstock Exchange versus Marie Wilson of the Usual Suspects.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Exchange versus Suspects.
Heck yeah.
Yep.
And then after that, on Thursday the 20th, we get Rushmore versus Danger Zone.
Oh.
What? Already?
Already?
Wow.
Oh, it is a tournament, so you compete week to week. So
I guess, but wow.
I'm dumb.
It's like Christmas early.
Just like the planet versus the moon thing. I'm a dum. So apparently, in the realm of science, it is the moon still. I'm the dummy.
Well,
shut up, stupid.
Thank you. That was low. Why is it so low?
Shut up,
there it
stupid.
Goes.
I'm not an astronaut. I just know what they say in the movies. Okay?
An astronaut?
I don't know. I don't research planets and moons. They call it a moon in the movie. It's a moon, my man. So yeah, wow, we're really lucky. We get Rushmore of the Finstock Exchange versus Danger Zone of the Dungeon on Thursday, May 20th. Wow.
No.
Friday the 21st, we get Taylor Robinson of the Finstock Exchange versus Greg Alba of the Quirky Mercs. Look at that. And Inner Geekdom.
Inner Geekdom, yeah.
Look at that.
Be fun.
And then also on Friday, May 21st, we get ourselves I don't know what it's a versus.
It's a versus, yeah.
It's a versus. It's right here in front of me. I'm looking at it with my eyes, and I still, wow. Anyways, we got a loaded, versus.
Right? Mine isn't.
Pay-per-view. It sure is. Our undercard is Marisol Lady Justice, Marisol McKee of Corruption versus Janine the Machine of the Stars.
Yeah, winner goes to play Kevin Smith at Collision in a #1 contender match. So correction, as Collins would say. I said that I interpreted it as the winner of the Smith match goes on to a #1. No,
I think it is a #1 contender match. It is a
#1 contender match, so I have to correct myself on that.
Yeah. So, yeah, McKee, Janine, oh my goodness. Can't wait to see that.
Good match.
And then the overcard.
Ooh, what's the overcard?
We've got an Inner Geekdom title match. We've got the defending champion, Mara Knopic, the amazing
Brown
Mara
Dwarf Star.
Knopic, the Brown Dwarf Star herself of the Dungeon, who I hear is a hell of a baker. You know, kind of want to wish we were friends with them.
How far is Arkansas from here?
I don't. Wait.
Oh, my truck driver?
What? There you go. I was trying to think of some profession that would be like really good at maps.
What, I look like Google Maps over here? Google Maps head ass over there.
That ain't me. I don't know. Don't ask me. Anyways, Mara Knopic of the Dungeon versus Mike the Killer. K.O. Kalinowski of Corruption in an Inner Geekdom title match.
Knopic.
Whoa.
Knopic, Kalinowski 3. Third time. They both had the one up on each other. So this is like who's the true winner?
Right.
Basically. So,
but I'm sure it won't. Even though it's almost like a tiebreaker, it's. I'm sure it's not the end.
No.
Anyways, it's still going to be a barn burner, as the kids say. So. Man,
we are so spoiled this week.
Heck yeah.
Great matches.
Has there been a week where we haven't been spoiled?
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? So that's this week. We got a lot to look forward to. Very, very exciting.
We have a match in every single division this week. We have an Inner Geekdom match.
Sure do.
We have a Star War. We have 2 Inner Geekdom matches. We have a Star War. We have a singles
and a
teams. Ooh, that's
wow.
It's a rare week where we have every single division competing.
Wow. Good job, Grace.
Yeah. Thank you, Grace.
Wow, what a president. Good job.
Anyways.
Nice docket.
So, great matches this week. Great matches coming up this week. I think we'll end here. Nice round number.
Yeah.
An hour in. I'd like to keep our shows condensed.
An hour and change?
An hour and change.
We like to be good stewards of your time.
Yes.
And ours.
And ours, yes. Anyways, we'll go ahead and end this episode here. Nicki Dimalanta, Star Wars competitor Nicki Dimalanta. Where can they find you?
Well,
online?
Yeah. Debatable. You can find me on Twitter at Dimmy, DIMMMYYY.
As for me, you can follow me, on Twitter and Instagram at Drew Dimalanta, DIMALANTA. It is not loaded. If you're listening to this on audio form, please follow the feed and rate us, please. Okay? I have no idea what's going on with me. Right? I'm tired. I mowed the lawn today.
Yeah, we did a lot of, between the two of us, we did a lot of yard work.
Yes.
I cleaned the fence. What's wrong? I'm such an adult now.
Hey, it was a dirty fence.
Like, Nicki, what'd you do today? Wash my fence.
And then Andrew came along and blew grass into it. Sorry.
You know, you work so hard. You try so hard. But in the end, it doesn't even matter.
What happens?
Lincoln Park.
Yeah. What happens if they're watching us on YouTube?
Oh yeah, if you're watching us on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, click the bell icon in the lower right-hand corner. See when we do things on YouTube.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Beyond the Schmoedown, and we will see you next time.